Hey everyone, let's get it out here. It's Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. I want to talk about President Trump's impeachment trial that is resuming today. Dismiss it. Dismiss the trial. There should be no trial. How can we have a trial for a crime that was never committed? How can you have a trial when there's no facts? Why aren't the Senate Republicans dismissing this? The House Republican congressmen and women have all stated that there's no base for the impeachment. There's no facts. There's no real witnesses. Everything's hearsay or opinions in the second, third, fourth hand. They have nothing to impeach him on. So how can it go any farther? The Democrats launched an inquiry. They found that there is no crime committed. There's no evidence. President Trump released transcripts. The president of Ukraine said there is no pressure. They have nothing to impeach him on. But because the Democrats have controlled the House and they are hell-bent on getting a president who's doing good for the American people out of office because they can't do anything for the American people, it moves forward. But we have the Senate. The Republicans have the Senate, and they're allowing it to move forward. They're not going to change any minds by having this trial. If anybody's followed the impeachment or has any idea or facts or knowledge of the impeachment inquiry, they're going to know there's no reason to impeach him. So you're not going to change any minds by having a trial. All you're doing is giving the Democrats exposure. You're letting them delay anything else that President Trump can do during his last year before he starts his second term. We need to get the message out to our Senate Republicans. Dismiss the damn trial. Get the votes. If you need it, get them. Do whatever it has to take. Every single one of us, I have already, call on your senators and you tell them to dismiss it. What are you going to have a trial on? Hey, if it was you that was getting dragged to court and getting thrown out of your job or thrown in jail just because somebody says something, they don't have any facts, no witness, nothing credible, nothing that's actually admissible in a court, you'd be pissed. And you'd want somebody, or at least everybody, to come to your aid and get you out of it. I heard Ted Cruz yesterday on Fox News say he wanted to give the president a chance to acquit himself. From what? What is he going to acquit himself from? There's nothing to acquit himself from. And if President Trump wants to acquit himself, or if he wants to get his side out there, you already have, Mr. President. You released the transcripts. The president of Ukraine said there is no pressure. Every single one of their witnesses said there was no crime, that it was their opinion or their belief or they heard. You have nothing else to do. Now, if you want to keep doing this, it's for your ego, and you need to check your ego. I love you to death, and I appreciate you, and you're a blessing to this country. Check your ego. You remember Senator Cruz, Senator Graham, Rubio? They all ran against President Trump in the campaign, and they hated him. They never liked him. They still don't like him. These guys had really crappy ratings. Nobody really liked them until President Trump came along. And they're like a tick, like a vampire. They're just sucking off of President Trump's blood. You know, they're hiding underneath his umbrella so they can get their ratings up. You have to wonder why we are having a trial. Now, am I saying that the Democrats are going to get 20 people to side with them, to oust them, to remove them from office? I don't know. The probability might be low. I definitely think they can get a handful of them, like Romney. Remember that cockroach? That guy won't go away. Romney needs to disappear. That guy's the worst of the worst. He's a corporate raider. That's how he made his money. Nobody wants him. Everybody wants him gone. And shame on you, Utah. We need to call our senators. You remember Senator Flake, Paul, all these people that are gone? There's still leftovers that are just not well known or just are just silent. You never know what's going to happen. Never say never. I mean, you learned that as a kid, right? Didn't your parents ever tell you anything's possible? Never say never. My dad did. So the probability might be really low, but you never know. And furthermore, even if this isn't a trap, even if they don't remove him, you're just hurting our country's business. We don't have senators out running for re-election and running their campaign, and the president focusing on his campaign and doing his work. Instead, everything's being overshadowed by the impeachment trial. Maybe that's all they want. Maybe they want to dominate the headlines for free, right? They don't have to pay the CNN, MSN, and all these dirtbags to cover the impeachment trial. They're owning the airways for free. And it's in a negative light. And they're not going to change any more minds. And all you're doing is setting up a small probability, a chance for him to be removed. This is a sham. We should be pissed. We should be outraged. We should be rallying and protesting this. Hey, hats off and God bless you to all the patriots that showed up out there in Virginia yesterday. Why don't we do the same thing for the president? Or why don't we just rally up in your own state and go to their capital and tell your senators to dismiss it? There's nothing that they have. There's no rationalizing it. There's no legitimacy in this trial. It should not be advancing. It should be squashed. President Trump doesn't need to acquit himself. He already has. When they released the transcripts, that acquitted him. The fact that they don't have any witnesses acquitted him. What does he have to acquit himself from? And who cares about the stain? Everybody knows it doesn't matter what happens. Have you ever read WikiLeaks? Read it. They already say he's impeached. They keep changing wording. I've been looking at WikiLeaks. On one page it said he was impeached. It didn't say he was pending trial in Senate or anything. It just said he was impeached. We need to get back to preserving our voice, fixing the First Amendment and making it fair for everybody. You know, like the conservatives and people who supported Trump that are going to jail, that are getting blacklisted and taken off these platforms. We need to secure the elections. How about our education system? Hey, President Trump's done great for the economy, right? Questionable gun laws. He backed off. Maybe he's just changed his timeline. Maybe he's just waiting until after he gets election and he wants to make these gun law changes. How about the education system? School of choice is a joke. Have you ever done it? You have to get in the lottery. Just because you want to go somewhere doesn't mean you get to if they don't have the seats, right? You know, another thing is we still have Obama and all that liberal left crap in our school systems. I don't care what school you go. If you're in a public school, it might be different curriculum, but it's the same crap. And all our kids are being fed this garbage. So when President Trump's gone, the damage is still done because we haven't done nothing about it. Scrap the Common Core. I'm sure we have old textbooks. Pump the stuff out. If our nation is so great, why are our kids the dumbest? Have you looked at our society? You think we're winning? We're not winning. Our president's on a trial for impeachment for something he didn't do. How are we winning? Our kids are being dumbed down every day by a crappy education system. I gotta go. Love y'all. Please like, subscribe. This is a new channel. I got a lot to say. I got some pretty decent connections. The bigger I get, the better it's gonna be. And I need your help to help spread the word. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm just doing this because I have 5 sons, and I'm not going to sit back while everybody is chanting for Trump, who I support, but at the same time not calling him out on things he's not doing. It's just like brotherly love, right? Or sisterly love. You can love them, you can support them, but when they do something wrong or they're not doing something they should be, you tell them. You tell them. Hey, if you have big fat money, if you got a lot of cash sitting in your pension or IRA, yeah, you might be happy. How about 95% of the rest of the country that doesn't even have a savings account? What is the market doing for them? I'm not gonna lie, people seem to be doing better, but you guys have to know it's a farce. 11-year bull market, it's gonna collapse. There's no such thing. Research monetizing debt. We're buying our bonds. We're printing billions of dollars every day to buy our own debt because Russia, China, and all these people are walking away from the dollar. That's a topic for another day. Get it out is out.